Hello and welcome to your final module in your Kentucky Wesleyan College online orientation. In this video, I'm going to be looking at proper citation and avoiding plagiarism. Some pretty heavy topics, some pretty important things. It's kind of why we saved it for the last. Within this presentation, we will learn why we cite the way we do, some common citation styles, and what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. Why do we cite? Prevalent in academics, writing is considered intellectual property. As such, authors should receive credit for their work. Citing a source makes it easier for you for your reader to find your source if he or she chooses. It also distinguishes your work from the work of others. By identifying the evidence to support your position and the location for where someone could find your source, you participate in scholarship rather than thievery. Academic theft is known as plagiarism. Citations protect you from being accused of plagiarism, the ramifications of which range from a lower grade, failing a class, or even suspension, depending on the policy. To keep from plagiarizing, you must cite all ideas, concepts, and other items you borrow from someone else or something else. Academics generally uses the American Psychological Association or Modern Languages Association styles of citation. Your instructor will note which citation style they will use in their course within the syllabus. Each citation style maintains general guidelines regarding spacing, fonts, margins, headers, footers, cover pages, and bibliographies. Citation formatting is rules-based. In other words, one cannot make up or change the rules as you see fit. Elements in a citation style refer to common components. For example, MLA and APA have different rules regarding capitalization of book and journal titles. Students often become confused with citation punctuation. It may help to consider that you read a citation similarly the way you read a sentence. Punctuation determines when a new component is being introduced or added for effect. Before actually writing your assignment, familiarize yourself with all of the common citation components needed to properly set up your paper. This will save you considerable time because, even though it requires you to spend some time initially, you will not have to do so fixing errors and omissions once you have completed your assignment. The basic components of a proper citation. No matter what citation style you use, all have the following similar basic components: author, title, and publishing information. You do not need to memorize each citation style, since each style maintains its own authoritative handbook, which you can find online. Moreover, numerous internet resources can help you properly format a citation that follows many of the common styles. Many students have difficulty understanding that proper citation of a source consists of two parts. The first part is the in-text parenthetical citation, which notes the actual citation within the body of the paper, presentation, or project. The second part of the citation, the end note, appears in the paper's reference page. Each style has a different name for this reference section. Within the APA, also known as the American Psychological Association, they maintain the citation style for a majority of social and behavioral sciences. Psychology, communication arts, sociology, and some biological and physical science courses use APA style. APA publishes a handbook titled Publication Manual of the APA, which researchers can use to determine how to cite in text and build an APA reference list. The formatting for an APA citation uses the author date method, which means that the date of the publication comes closer to the beginning of the citation than at the end of it. The logic for this format is that researchers often publish and update their work year after year, so similar works attributed to the same author often appear over a period of time. The APA also requires a reference page at the end of the work that lists all of the resources you cited within the text. You can create the basic APA citation using the simple sentence construction of author, publication year, book title, city of publication, and publisher. The APA has particular rules regarding alphabetization, capitalization, punctuation, indentation, and margin formatting. Periodicals, conference proceedings, websites, blogs, podcasts, and interviews all have additional components, so make sure you consult the publication manual as you write your paper. Similar to in-text parenthetical citations, endnotes listed at the end of your paper, presentation, or project will have a specific arrangement and orientation. MLA, or the Modern Languages Association, maintains their own citation style used primarily within literature, humanities, and language studies. The MLA also publishes a handbook entitled MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers, which researchers can use to determine how to in-text cite and build an MLA Works Cited page. Unlike the APA style, MLA citation does not follow the author date method. Instead, the date of the publication comes closer to the end of the citation. The logic for this is that formatting of this style will allow writers to keep the text as readable and free of disruptions as possible. With the MLA, you have a Works Cited page at the end of your written work, which lists all the resources cited in the text. You can create the basic MLA citation using the simple sentence construction of author, title of book or journal, city of publication, publisher, and year. The MLA as well has particular rules regarding alphabetization, capitalization, punctuation, indentation, and margin formatting. Periodicals, conference proceedings, websites, blogs, podcasts, and interviews all have additional components, so make sure you consult the MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers as you write your works. Plagiarism. Plagiarism occurs when you use or reference an idea, concept, or quote that is not your genuine creation, either through paraphrasing it or using it verbatim, and not giving the author credit or recognition using guidelines of an approved citation style. A form of academic theft, plagiarism is the theft of intellectual property, and the ease of cutting and pasting from the internet has fueled it in recent years. Besides cutting and pasting, other examples of plagiarism include, but are not limited to, paraphrasing without crediting the source, misquoting a source, citing common knowledge defense when in fact it is not common knowledge. As with any wrongdoing, the degree and nature of the plagiarism determines the punishment. Plagiarism is a serious academic offense and requires punitive recourse. Individual instructors usually handle the punishment of academic plagiarism, but the dean may handle some severe cases. Consequences of plagiarism may include, but are not limited to, failing an assignment, receiving a reduced grade, failing the course. If, however, the plagiarism involves money, prizes, or job placement, it may constitute a crime punishable within the court of law. You can find KWC's plagiarism and academic dishonesty policies within our student bulletin. Avoiding plagiarism is key to success academically. As a writer, you absolutely must guard yourself against accidental plagiarism. Possibly the best method of protecting against plagiarism begins at the note-taking stage of writing your paper. Make sure you put quotation marks around direct quotes and indicate in your notes the source and page of that quote. Additionally, you must provide citations when you paraphrase the words of another author. A good way to ensure you do this in your paper is to annotate your notes with a reminder to cite the paraphrased words. Use quotes to support your ideas rather than as a means to communicate your ideas better. Also, make sure you cite statistics, charts, graphs, and images, as these materials are considered intellectual property as well. When you paraphrase or summarize, always give credit to the original author. The best instances for quoting include expert declarations, direct support, effective language, historical flavor, specific example, controversial statement, and material for analysis. Proper paraphrasing is something students often do incorrectly. In doing so, they believe that rearranging the text into their own words does not constitute plagiarism. Students should refrain from changing some text but keeping the same sentence structure, adding interpretation or explanation onto the original text, or misrepresenting something that the source did not originally state. Instead, students should practice appropriate paraphrasing, which they can do so by the following steps. Read over the passage several times. Outline the passage you have read. Rearrange the outline. Write your paraphrase from your rearranged outline. Compare your results of your paraphrase against that of the original text. Add any and all appropriate citations. Keeping accurate notes and annotating these notes with references to the resources you used in writing the notes. The surest safeguard you can employ is the proper citation of all resources, both within the text and in the final reference, works cited, or bibliography page. This concludes your KWC online orientation. I thank you so much for joining the Panther family and taking your time to go through this orientation to help ensure your success at Kentucky Wesleyan.